right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We're on the scene here. This is Gary Walker of the Tree Whisperer. I'm sometimes known as the guy who is saving the world one tree at a time, which you can see on my video, Symphony of Life, on my art website at GaryWalkerOnline.com. It's called Symphony of Life. It's a survey course of what we humans are doing to planet Earth, good, bad, and the ugly, and everything else. So we got Nate the Great on the camera once again. He's working all the visuals. I'm working all the blabbermouth stuff. So this morning I'm flanked by two Tipuana Tipu trees here. These are a fully deciduous tree. We're in the middle of summer in July now, so they just came out of flower mode where they have lots of little yellow flowers on them. They're quite attractive, but a lot of people curse them because they're kind of messy. Fast growing to maybe 40, 50 feet up and out. A nice classic umbrella type of tree. So as is often, or let me just say sometimes the case, I get called in as the tree doctor to do corrective work from tree people or tree companies, legitimate or otherwise, that have kind of boogered up or messed up trees. So I get called in to kind of remediate, fix, or repair, and then set the trees forward for the next year or two. So that's what we're doing today. So in this case, most unfortunately, it's a big property. Lots of room here, so it's not an issue of parking or safety or anything. Really, we have two really strong arbors over parking area. But somebody came in here a while back and they literally topped or they blunt cut these two beautiful tipus. So they look like nubs for a while and they look just butt ugly. And then Mother Nature pushes out all those 4, 5, 6, or 8 suckers underneath each blunt cut. The effect is that where you once had one limb, you now have 3, 4, 5, or 6 limbs popping through, which effectively increases the mass or the density of the tree 3 to 4-fold or 4 times. So it makes the tree top heavy. It sucks up unnecessarily a lot of energy from the tree because it has to feed all those extra babies or puppies, so to speak. And in this case, this particular company left a lot of stubs and very amateurish work. I typically remove anything for sure below a 90-degree right angle, because that's where the pressure is always on the crotch, and that's where you'll get your break. Just like the wishbone with the family turkey, where the kids like to get the wishbone and split it apart. It's the same principle. Crotches are always weak points. So I'm going to just point out a few things, then I'll get to work. So Nate the Great's going to follow me here. So had I done this tree originally, I wouldn't have left these little branches here. They don't visually or aesthetically conform to the tree. They left, these deadwood pieces. This I would have taken out. Now, if you look up above the arbor, you'll see there are even some big laterals that are below 90-degree elbow. So that's just, a recipe for trouble. So I'm going to remove those. This big branch, this whole thing right here. Boom! You see that, Nate? You see how that's just kind of shaking there, like shake, shake. All right, so that's going to come off entirely, all the way over to here, and that will, and then also this one right here. So you see, that's a true 90-degree elbow going right over. That's just waiting to just fall on its own. All these little pieces of wood, that were unnecessarily left, they're going to go bye-bye. They're going away. I'm going to send them packing, and then I'm going to start hacking. And then I'm going to turn this thing into a groove that's going to be really a smooth move. It's going to look fabulous, and you'll notice the AB. So I'm going to slide out of this picture right now and let Nate take it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is that really huge lateral branch coming out about 30 feet. What I'm doing is I'm taking the weight off first because it's a pretty big branch. So boom, we'll take this one off, and then I'll cut the other one off because I don't want to cut it back there and then have it slam into this other tree right here, the smaller tree, and wreck. So I'm just pan up here. See, so I don't want to wreck any of those. So I took off the one with the pole saw. Now I'm going to cut this. We'll drop it over that way. So I'm going to take the this lateral off. so I cut it on the side to control the fall in between these two trees, kind of towards Nate. So again, so I wouldn't damage that tree. So I'm going to finish this off. And that's the way we do it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to fell this very large right angle branch up here. I'm going to take the pole saw, I'm going to cut the biggest part of it off first, let that come to the ground, and then I'll finish it off. And that's the way we do it. And then I'll take the chainsaw and I'll just slice and dice this. So now I've got the weight off, then I can come in and safely remove the rest of the offending branch. Okay, we're rolling, and my hat is strategically dipped below one eye. So this is a whole scenario that I got the owners to see my vision on this. So it's a totality. So we're going to start on the outside, then we'll go on the inside. So it involves this large California pepper tree. So what I'm going to do is remove these large lower offending branches. So I'm going to take it from this to this, and then you'll see once we go inside where the pool is how that's going to fit into the new vision. Now, so Nate, if you will pan around please. Now look, so this is going to come out, this is going to remain, I'll lace that out, and then this Melaleuca right here is going to come out, and then I'll thin out the other ones here. So come on over here now. See, once we get inside, that this thing is done on a central axis with symmetry on both sides. They bookended all the plants. So this sickly laurel is going to come out. That one will stay. This Melaleuca is going to come out, and this one too. And then we'll go inside now, and then I'll show you what it's going to look like from the inside. All right, so we're on the inside now. This was the vision, looking from the inside courtyard out to where we just were. So there's the big pepper tree right there. So that'll get the structural work. It'll get thinned out. There's the offending sickly laurel on either side. They're going to come out. These two will get laced out, and then this Melaleuca is going to go bye-bye, sayonara, toodaloo, arrivederci, and I'll catch you on the other side. And so we're going to open this whole thing up. We're going to put in some nice negative space in here. I'm going to create a whole new artistic vision. So I'm going to get to work, and we'll check in with you when we're done. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so this is now the pool segment where I'm going to kind of redo the whole visual from the inside out with the pepper tree and some of these removals. So I'm going to just start some of the removals here. Nate will follow me around. He'll do a little bit of cut and paste, and then you'll see the final result. This is the big pepper that I said I'm going to restructure, so I'm going to remove a couple of the lower right angle limbs. I'm going to take it up to a 45. You'll see the end result. Shadow man, you saw my shadow in the water. I've been walking on this water for a while. Very metaphysical, quite actually. So I got to speak a little Latin here. Ecce arbole, behold the trees. What a difference. So early this morning we started out, you saw all of the messy stuff on the other side of the wall. the little melaleucas, the sickly laurel trees, they're all gone. We now have these beautiful open negative space pockets in here. In fact, the lady of the house, Rita, and the gentleman, Scott, Rita and Scott, Rita in particular loved it, so she caught the vision. She saw it afterwards, just told me, she goes, wow, it looks so good. I see what you were talking about when you initially sold me on the idea. So it did come out really nice. And so we're going to put a wrap on this segment here. Keep tuning in. I'm Gary Walker, the Tree Whisperer, saving the earth one tree at a time. All right, so anyways, my director just told me, Nate the Great's running the show here. He does all the directing, video shot. We're really not wrapping this up right now because we got to go over there and show you the tippo. So I got to make that little bitty correction here. Watch my shadow, shadow man. Okay, we got live feed going on here. So this is Professor Walker, the Tree Whisperer, saving the world one tree at a time. So you might recall, here's the stump of that gigantic leader that went out about 30 feet at a right angle. That's gone. And now we have this really nice conforming upward and outward shape of the tree. It's very safe now with these two carports here. A lot of the bad pruning, or all of the bad pruning that was done by the prior tree service is now gone. The stubs are gone. We thinned out all the blunt cuts. They topped the tree, which was not good at all for this tree. So each branch had 5, 6, 8 or more little suckers coming out of it. So we thinned all that out so the tree isn't top heavy, isn't going to catch a lot of wind and have a lot of breakage. So the tree's now in good order, and we're happy to say bye-bye.